What is up, people? This is the Oracle, and we are back in MTGO for a new flashback Scars of Mirrodin draft. That pack is very weak, I think. I don't think Death Mantle is that great. I remember that thing being playable, but quite a bit overcosted. So, +2/+2 Intimidate, Black Zombie, equip 4. Whenever a non-token creature is put into your graveyard from the battlefield, you may equip 4. Yeah. I don't actually remember if it was good enough. The thing is, a lot of people are playing Artifact 8 main deck, and you should play Artifact 8 main deck in this set because everyone is playing Artifact, which makes costly equipment a bit less good. That being said, this thing is really hard to beat, I think, at some point late in the game, so I'm not sure. Rusted Relic is just a safer card to pick, though. I think it's the best card. I'm not sure how good Death Mantle he is, but Rusted Relic, I've been happy with that card, and I'm sure it's good. The Death Mantle seems good, but seems also a little bit overcosted, so we'll avoid that. That might be wrong, but Relic is a decent pickup either way. Arc Trail, among the best uncommon in the set, we'll just pick that. Edge Right is decent if you are trying to Metalcraft, obviously. The Mirror are good, especially with Rusted Relic and Metalcraft in general. Revoke Existence is a very nice removal that you want to main deck in this set. But yeah, I think Arc Trail is just by far the best card, so no reason not to pick that. So we are some sort of red Metalcrafty deck. At least this is what it looks like so far. I think two options here. Copper Mirror. It's off color right now, but I could be playing green. Red-green Metalcraft is a deck. I think it's better option than Wall of Tanglecord, which is not bad. It blocks a lot of things, and it only blocks, but it's really good at blocking. But I think the Mirror would just be the better option. Tumble Magnet, I think, is the other option. Very decent card. A bit less impressive if you don't have any way to proliferate or reset it. Still quite good. Turns on Metalcraft. Remove. It's a removal. Just for 3 turns, but a removal. None of the uncommons are good. I think we'll go with Tumble Magnet. Copper Mirror is fine, but I think this is slightly better. It's kind of close though. Interesting. I don't think we want to pick the Life Smith. It's one of the weakest Smiths, and yeah, it's just not that great. Not a reason to go green. We have 2 decent choice in Artifact. There's Trigon of Rage, which I like that card more in Infect, so I like to play that card when I'm not playing red, actually, more than when I'm playing red. That being said, it's a fine artifact for Metalcraft. I think we should just pick the Glider. Just a very solid card in Metalcraft. All the creatures that are already artifacts and that have Metalcraft abilities are really good and important for the Metalcraft deck because they are playable even without Metalcraft. I guess Relic is not good if you don't have Metalcraft, but it's so good if you have that, it's fine. But I think we just want to pick that. Dragon of Rage is fine, but I think Glider is slightly better option. Now we'll just pick a Mirror. Not sure which we should pick. Like blue-red Metalcraft is something you can do. I guess black has less Metalcraft cards. That being said, you have the 5 mana 4/3 that drains for 4 if you have Metalcraft. Black Leaf Vampire, something like that. So I don't know. I like black more than blue in this set. It's close. I mean, I really don't know where I could go. Blue has the 2/2 Flyer Drake for 4 that bounce if you have Metalcraft, which is good. It's really a close call. I don't really know which is better right now. In the end, it will probably not matter that much. I don't know. I think I'll go with Silvermere. Yeah, I just don't know. And there are exactly the 2 creatures I was talking about, which is funny. There's the Bleak Coven Vampire, so the black Metalcraft card, and the Lumen Greed Drake, the blue Metalcraft card. I think the Drake is better though, so I'm glad I went with the Mirror. There's also a Vedalken Sertark, which I kind of forgot about. If you can assemble Metalcraft, I think it's just very, very good. You can tap anything with it, which is great. And so far, 80% of our deck is artifact. So maybe we can make it... Like, Drake is better if I don't have Metalcraft, but this is better if I do have Metalcraft. I think we'll go with the Sertark and try to make it work. And we got a Drake anyway, so I guess I'm happy I picked that. Not sure what this Tangle Angler is doing here. It's among the best uncommon in the set. Very annoying to play against, very good in the Infect deck. Just a very good card. At some point, if you are playing Infect, you can also force your opponent whole board to block that and kill them with your remaining Infect creature. It does a whole lot of things. It's very good blocker. It's amazing. I'm not sure what it's still doing there, but we have a nice pickup for our base blue and red Infect deck. Not Infect, Metalcraft deck. Okay, Golem Foundry is a bit too hard to make work. It's funny, but I don't think it's good enough. Sensor can be good in some deck if you have enough Proliferate. It can deal a lot of damage. It's not great though. We'll just pick Volshock Replica, which is a good 3-drop artifact, pretty aggressive, and we are more than likely to gonna play red, so seems good. I guess I'm gonna pick the Foundry in case I end up with really a lot of artifact and some Proliferate, but I don't think it's very likely. Oxida Daredevil is just not good anyway, so I'm not losing match. Well, Harness I think is a fine way to turn on Metalcraft. The Blade Tribe Berserkers are fine, though I could pick that. And now we mostly want to pick up artifacts over anything else. Like, we have some really nice rewarding cards to have Deliriums. Metalcraft, not Delirium. So I just want to make sure it's gonna work. So I'm pretty much gonna try to pick artifacts over anything else. Like, if I have a choice between, you know, Lumen Grid Drake, this dude, Sertark, not sure how you should pronounce that, the Vedalken dude, I will say, and the Berserker. So if I have a choice between this type of card and a good artifact, I will just pick the artifact, because you will never really have too many artifacts for your Metalcraft deck, but if you have too many of these and not enough artifact, then the deck becomes really bad. So even if the artifact is slightly weaker, I think I should focus on picking those. Argent Sphinx, on the other hand, it's not an artifact, but it's probably the most broken card you can play with Metalcraft. 4/3 flyer for 4, and if you have Metalcraft, you can just blink it whenever you want for 1 mana. So it's pretty much unkillable, and it's gonna kill the opponent super fast. It's an incredibly good card. I'm just gonna pick it. Riddlesmith would be fine, though I think at this point I would pick Iron Mirror because I want my artifact, and I'd be happy to have 1 mirror of each color in my deck. Probably not more than that, but 2 is fine. The Thrumming Bird, I guess. Kinda good. You need to have some good things with it. I have a Tumble Magnet right now, which is very good with the bird, but other than that, not too much. Either way, I don't think there is any point in discussing match more, because Sphinx is just the best card. Well, Sertark is good if you can have Delirium. I think I need to pick an artifact here. I'm gonna pick Perilous Mirror. I think it's a very good card. I like it more than Iron Mirror. I think by the end of the draft I should be able to have 2 mana producing mirrors. So just picking a better card is good. Also, it's not something that your opponent will be happy to kill to put you off of Metalcraft because of its ability. And if we can will that, great. If we don't will it, fine. But I don't want to end up with too many Metalcraft abilities and not enough artifact. That could lead to a very bad deck, obviously. Rather, Hippogriff is amazing. Flying Gravedigger gives you life. Just amazing. Mirror Galvanizer or Perilous Mirror. Mirror Galvanizer seems strong because it's a lord, but I think it's actually pretty weak. Because you don't really want to have too many mana producing mirror in your deck, and often you can end up with a maximum of maybe 5 mirrors in your deck, and Galvanizer doesn't even make them that great, and it's a 2/2 for 3. I don't think it's great. I think I'd rather have the Perilous Mirror. It's definitely between these 2 cards. I think I've been more pleased with that card than the Galvanizer though. I'm a huge fan of the Pearl Smear. I think it's just amazing. It's very good against Infect, it's very good at blocking. If you're aggressive, you can just attack with it. People are not very often going to be able to block it efficiently. It trades with bigger creature, it's an artifact for Metalcraft. It's just great. Volition Reigns is amazing. Mind Control on any permanent and you untap it, just great. Grasp of Darkness, very good Dreamfall. Panic Spellbomb would be a fine card for my deck, same with Replica, but this is just too good. Yeah, I don't think we really want to proliferate. I'll just pick the Spellbomb, which, well, I'm rather aggressive, so that could be decent. Also, you know, you can just keep it around to have Metalcraft. And yeah, it's fine. Worst case scenario, if you don't have anything to do with it, you can trip it, obviously. Huh, interesting choice. Chromesteed, really powerful in a deck like that with enough artifacts. New Rock Replica is good in a blue deck, though, I think. The ability is nice, the body is very good. One of the better replica. The green one is amazing. It destroys artifact and enchantment, but this is probably the second best one. The white one is the worst. The black is fine but not great, and the red is fine but not great. So might be the second best replica. I like it a bit more regarding my curve, but Steed is just better though. I think we'll pick the Steed. Okay, Riddlesmith. Pretty good card for the deck. This is a Metalcraft card, but it mills if you have Metalcraft, so you don't really want to play that actually. At least I think you don't want to play that, but you might try it. Okay, Glider is good for my deck. Fits the curve well, give me an artifact. Like, that card is not amazing, but it's what you want to have in your Metalcraft deck, basically. Another Riddlesmith, I can use that. Having two Riddlesmiths makes it less likely that I flood out, which is great. I think I'll pick the third arc here. Like, my artifact count is, yeah, 10 is fine, and I will probably get more. And when this is enabled, this is a very, very good card. Okay, love how this deck is shaping up. Hopefully I can cut cards like the Blade Tribe Berserkers. I think I will cut that. Like, it's one of the weakest Metalcraft payoff. I mean, sure, you can attack for a bunch, but I don't know, we'll see. I have many 4-drops. I'd rather play Chromesteed, for example. Anything that's an artifact. Like, again, stacking up too many Metalcraft cards and not enough artifact is a good recipe to make your deck not good enough and possibly extremely clunky. Glad that I picked the Silver Mirror because, well, I'm blue, but also I have double blue here and an ability that requires blue and triple blue here. So this providing me with blue mana is nice. I also really like that I got two Riddlesmiths. It's not the best of the Smiths, but it really makes it unlikely you will flood, which is an easy way to lose in this set, I think, more than in other sets. I don't really know why, but in my experience, I don't know. I don't know why, but a lot of the time you can flood in this set, I feel like. Maybe it's just an impression. Steady Progress works well with the magnets, not great otherwise. I don't think we'll end up playing that. Ratchet Bomb, not as good as it is in Constructed, I think. It's an artifact and a removal, though. That being said, looking at our curve, this will most likely eat some of our creatures. You can pretty much choose what you want to kill, though. I don't think it's great. I really don't think it's great. Glintok Idol is playable probably in our deck, even though we are not white, but it's not very exciting. Flight Spellbomb is fine, but not super exciting. I mean, we might just pick the Mirror Galvanizer. It's a good 3-drop. I mean, decent, not great. We have more Mirror now. The Galvanizer is better with Perilous Mirror. It's not great at, you know, you don't really want to pump the Silver Mirror. It's not that great, but pumping some Perilous Mirror is decent. Silverk Replica, very good card. We don't really want to splash green for that, though. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how good Ratchet Bomb he is. It doesn't seem great to me though. I think we'll pick the Galvanizer. Okay, True Conviction is probably one of the most unbeatable cards in the entire set. It's completely stupid. Kemba is a very sweet build around with equipment. You get to put some tutu cats. We don't have match here. Like Silver Mirror is fine though, not super exciting. I guess I want to play 2 mana mirror in my deck. Probably not more, but 2 is fine. And with 2 Riddlesmith it is less likely that I end up flooding. Which can happen. Like if you play 3 spell bombs, which cantrips and potentially makes you flood, because cantrips can make you flood. Cantrips that don't have card selection on them, like Ponder, Preordain will not make you flood, but if you are just cycling cards in limited, since at some point lands are not going to be useful anymore, you don't really trade one card for another card, you trade one card for maybe 0.7 card, and this is risky. And having too many mirrors is also a problem sometimes. I think it's fine though. Two mana mirrors should be decent, and I don't really want to play another one though, but 2 is fine. And again, the Riddlesmith makes it less likely that I actually flood out. That thing is fine. Not great though. Pretty good infect cards here. We have a lot of artifact. I don't think we want to play the idol though. I think I'm gonna pick the Darksteel Mirror for my side. You don't really want to main deck that because it's awful against infect, but it's pretty good in some matchup. Okay, New Rock Replica is a good 3-drop for my deck. Another artifact, I can use that. Yeah, the White Replica is, as I mentioned before, one of the worst. A bunch of very good infect cards here. Unfortunately, we are not playing that. Carrion Cole, Blight Mamba, Plague Stinger. Sorry about that. Mirror Propagator, I think, is just too slow. Like, you'll get another one that can copy itself, but you pay 3 mana to have a 1/1. It's annoying. I'm gonna pick it and leave it in the sideboard because it's gonna be good if there's a really slow matchup, but I don't think it's gonna be amazing at all. We don't have any combo with Soliton. There aren't many combo, but there is an equipment that lets you tap your creature and ping something for 2, and then it doesn't untap. But with Soliton, it's just the shotgun. A very good combo. Kind of hard to pull off, but kind of funny and efficient. I don't think we want to pick that though. We might just want to pick Dragon of Thought, which is not my favorite, but gives us a bit of card advantage, of late game staying power, and there's just nothing else. I don't think I want to play enough color 3rd mana mirror in this deck. Ooh, another Sertar. Good. Ooh, Drake? Trinket Mage? Well, unfortunately we have only one artifact we can fetch, which I think makes up for a rather weak Trinket Mage. So we'll just pick the Drake. Flight Spellbomb. Well, had I known I would get a second Spellbomb, I might have picked the Mage. I don't think I will play those, but decent. Same here. I want to have just artifact. I don't like everything that's not an artifact should be Metalcraft or very good, which is pretty much the case here. I mean, Riddlesmith is not very good, but it's a good card that works with artifact, and since it will let me loot, it will makes it more likely that I get some more artifacts, so it's not really a liability to play that here. Let's sort by color actually. So we actually are only splashing for red, but we still want a decent amount of red because I want to be able to cast that earlier on. I guess I can play a 10/7 mana base here. MTGO is gonna show me something like 15/2 or maybe 16/1, but I think 10 Island plus 2 Silver Mirror is going to be way more than enough to cast the Volition Reigns and the Sphinx on curve. So yeah. And I want to be able to cast that Arc Trail. I don't want it to rot in my hand and, you know, be able to use it on turn 15 when the opponent doesn't have any small creature anymore. think you can cut the Trigon of Thought pretty easily. Just one of the weakest cards in the deck. And how many artifacts do we have? 14. Okay, that's good. Zeratark really looks good in my deck. I can almost play 16 land though. I have those two things that can trip. I have 2 mana producing mirror, a rather low curve except for the Volition Reigns. That being said, I don't really need to play 16 land because I don't really risk to flood because of the 2 Riddlesmiths. It's close. I want to keep both Spellbomb though for Metalcraft. I don't think I want to keep any artifact. Like, yeah, I really don't want to cut any artifact. I think 14 is very good for Metalcraft, and my deck is really built around that, so I just don't want to do that. It's close. I need to cut one more card if I want to play 17 lands, which I don't think I need, but on the other hand, I have a 6-drop, and I think 2 Riddlesmiths makes it not so likely that I end up flooding out, so I can afford to play a bit more lands and make sure I hit my land drops. I mean, 17 is it's not more than usual, but I guess it's a bit more than a deck like this could want. A draw with too many Zeratarks and not enough artifact could be very clunky, so maybe I should cut one of these. How many removals do I have though? Not many removal. I have those 3 things, an Arc Trail, a Tumble Magnet. Then I guess this can be used as a bounce spell. 2 Drake to bounce, so I have a bit of bounce, Volition Reigns. Yeah, it's close. Like, there's nothing I want to cut. Like, I'm sure I don't want to cut any of my artifacts. They are all good and necessary for the deck to work. And then, well, if I cut that, then I should play 16 land, so it doesn't really make much sense to cut that. Also, it's one of the strongest cards in my entire deck. This is not getting cut. The 2 Drakes. I guess I could cut 1 Drake. I guess I'd rather play 2 Zeratark, 2 Drake than 3 Zeratark, 1 Drake. I guess if I'm cutting something, it's a Zeratark. Certainly don't want to cut the Riddlesmith and then have more lands and have more risk to get flooded. Zeratarks are looking good. Could be clunky in multiples without enough artifacts though. Huh. Tough call, tough call. I think you can play this with 16 land and be fine. You can also use the Riddlesmith to actually make sure you hit your land drop. And honestly, with 3 mana, I can pretty much cast, more than half of my deck. Of my spells, at least. Not really deck, but it's close. I think we'll go with 16 land. That might be greedy, but I think... And we are also almost monocolors, which makes it more fine. And we'll go with 10-6 mana base. And I think that's fine. Super funny deck, bunch of Metalcraft. I think it's a very good version of blue Metalcraft deck. We'll see how it performs. Might be greedy to play 16 land. I mean, it's not a huge change. It's not like playing 14, 15 land. And the curve seems low enough. Obviously, this could be hard to cast, but those are 2 lands basically. If I can get up to 2 mana, so those are lands that my opponent can destroy, obviously, but still. Yeah, I think we'll do that. Alright, sweet deck. Seems very powerful to me, but we'll see how it perform. I hope you guys enjoyed the draft. If you did, feel free to drop a like. You can also leave a comment, subscribe to the channel, or share the video. All of these are appreciated. So yeah, thank you for watching and see you for round 1.